This is my Ruger Precision Rifle, chambered in 223/556. The bolt has already been removed. Chamber is clear. And what we're going to do is change out the muzzle brake that comes standard on this weapon. We're going to be changing that over to a Super Comp Talon Tactical, or Tactical Talon. Muzzle brake, which I have many of these and use them on my ARs. They work very well. To take off the stock, you will need a 7/8 inch wrench and a screwdriver or something that fits through the ports that you can hold the muzzle brake in place. And then to reinstall, a 3/4 inch wrench and then the same screwdriver or something to put to the ports. So let's get started here. I'll show you how to change it out, and one trick I learned from one other YouTube poster that comes in handy. So let me get this camera on a tripod and we'll get started. So we're ready to change out the muzzle brake on the RPR, and it's a two-part muzzle brake. There is the brake itself, and then there's a jam nut behind it, which is used for indexing. So that way you can set the muzzle brake up so the ports go out to the side instead of up and down, which you don't want. So simply take a tool, in my case it's a Phillips screwdriver, place it through the hole, take your 7/8 wrench, and break them apart. Depending on how tight the factory put them together will determine how much force you need. And that's that. Then just take the muzzle brake and unscrew it. And you can see on the muzzle brake there's a little ridge that's cut away, and that actually fits inside the nut. And take the nut, take it all the way off. I'll show you the ridge that it fits into. You can see that there's a ridge inside there, and the muzzle brake fits inside that. So it's the same diameter as the barrel, so if you take the nut and turn it around 180 degrees and thread it back on, it'll actually cover the very edge of the barrel, and that'll leave you enough thread for any other standard 1/2 inch by 28 thread. In my case, since I'm 223/556, and just thread that on. Now you can see it stopped, and the top port is pointed out at about 10:30. So I'm going to back that off and bring it back to 12 o'clock. I'm going to use the same tool here. Just going to put that through so I can hold on to it. And then I saw somebody talking about using spacers to take up that gap, and that's the wrong thing to do. All you have to do is just back off the jam nut, and then you just take these together, keeping the muzzle brake at 12 o'clock for the top port, and just tighten it up. Now I can take that off anytime I want. Anybody that's used a crush washer to index their muzzle brake knows that once you do it once you take it off, it's hard to get that crush washer past the threads because it mushes down and it gets too small. So a jam nut's really the better way to go, and I have found on Amazon you can buy actual jam nuts to replace any crush washers that you might have, which is what I'm doing on all my guns now. So that's it. It's pretty simple. You can trade it out. Now it's time to go out to the range and see how well it works. you.